What is up everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Paladin Dance and today I'll be going over some tips that I wish I'd known before I started playing Genshin Impact. Now I didn't know that Genshin Impact existed until a friend told me about it on release day and now here I am. The game is fun, but there are many little tips that will help a lot and are not really explained in the game, so here I am to try and help out. With that all said, let's get started. My first tip is to get to rank 20. Now I know that seems like a little bit of a weird tip, you just started the game, how am I supposed to get to rank 20? Trust me, it actually comes a lot faster than you might think. But when you get to rank 20, you will have unlocked a lot of the major game features, literally about 99% of them, as well as being able to ascend your character for the first time. There are several ways to get to 20 and you can definitely achieve it by just essentially doing whatever you want in the game. Almost anything you do in the game will give you experience. If you want to level as fast as possible, however, sticking to the story will unlock those parts of the game that I was talking about. And those parts that you unlock will help you level even faster. So for the first little bit of the game, I recommend sticking to the story quests in order to unlock the different parts of the game. Now that's not to say that you shouldn't get sidetracked and explore a little bit. You should definitely explore the areas that the game takes you to. I'm just saying don't forget about the story if you're trying to level up quickly and unlock everything. Now another way to get to level 20 is exploration. Now yes, I know that I just essentially told you to do the story, but I'm not saying to only do the story. I'm saying that you shouldn't forget the story. You should definitely explore the areas that the story takes you to and pick up any side quests that you do, as those will also give you experience. Opening chests, discovering waypoints, and gathering the various Amenoculus all give you experience. My third tip is to make sure that you do all the dungeons that are available to you. Dungeons will be unlocked along the way and award large amounts of XP, more than you can get from almost any other source. Now, do not confuse the dungeons for domains. Dungeons are a one-time event that you can do while you're leveling up, and they're not repeatable, while domains are essentially a dungeon, but they are repeatable content that will award you ascension material for a cost. At adventure rank 12, you will get 4 daily missions called commissions. Always do these for easy XP and rewards. These will give you a lot of experience and they also give you primo gems. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give you is to always spend your resin. To check how much resin you have, press M and look at the top right corner of your map. Now resin is a currency that is capped at 120 points and it recharges once per day at a rate of 1 resin per 8 minutes. It's used to loot various things such as domains and leyline blossoms, which are basically world bosses. Importantly, however, spending resin gives you adventure rank, so this is going to be a valuable way to rank up, and it'll be one of the main ways that you rank up in the mid and late game. You should never be capped on resin because it means that you won't be regenerating it, which means that you're essentially wasting it. Now in the early and mid game, you should be spending your resin on the world bosses that you need ascension material from, leyline outcrops, which will give you plenty of adventure rank and character XP cards, and finally you should be spending it on character ascension materials from possibly domains. Essentially, in the early and mid game, you'll want to be focusing on ascending your characters and weapons, and that's what you should be spending your resin on. In my opinion, you should not spend your fragile resin until you are higher adventure rank, something like maybe around a 30, because they will be way more valuable to you then when you reach that adventure rank than in the early game. This is because the higher adventure rank you are, the more rewards you get from the bosses and the domains. So if you're spending this to get more resin now, yes, you will get more ascension materials and such, but if you spend it in the later game, you'll get more bang for your buck out of the resin because you'll get extra materials the higher the level of the domains and the bosses are. Only roll 10 wishes at a time. You'll want to do this because every 10 wishes, regardless of what banner you're rolling on, you will guaranteed get a 4-star item or higher. Another tip is to keep rolling on the same banner as many times as you can because each banner has a pity system. For example, if you roll on the same banner 89 times and you don't get a 5-star item, on the 90th time that you roll, you will guarantee to get a 5-star item. Now, I haven't spent a single dime on this game, at least not yet, but getting 90 rolls isn't that hard since you'll be getting a lot of free and easy Prismo gems pretty quickly and pretty early on. This bad luck protection does not carry over to different banners, however. So, for example, if you roll on the Venti banner, and then you decide to roll on another one, you're not going to have that bad luck protection carry over. Now, more obvious tip for those that are free to play still, always save your Prismo Gems and your Stardust for wishes. 1600 Prismo Gems can be converted into 10 wishes, and Stardust can also be exchanged for wishes. A tip that I didn't know was that you can buy 5 of each fate per month using your Stardust. You can also spend Star Glitter for fates as well if you'd like, although I recommend saving that for other items. Mark your map. This will make finding valuable crafting materials like ores faster and easier for you in the future. To do this, simply click on the area of the map that you want to mark, and a menu will pop up where you can customize whatever you want to write on the mark and what symbol you want the mark to be. If you're finding combat to be a little bit more difficult the more you level, make sure to be swapping in between your characters. Each character has an elemental skill, which is on a lower cooldown, and your elemental burst, which is your ultimate ability. Swap between characters as often as you can so that you can take advantage of their elemental skills, otherwise you're going to be missing out on damage. Something I didn't know for a very long time was that having 2 characters of the same element type on your team gives you a bonus. Now these bonuses can be very strong, so I encourage you to look them up, play around with them. You can see them in game and try and build your team around a possible bonus. For example, if you have 2 Electro users, you will get a bonus for them, and then you could maybe supplement them with a Fire user so that they can do even more damage. And those are going to be all the tips that I have for you guys today. There are definitely more, but I can't fit them all into one video. And these are the ones that I found most relevant when I started playing the game, and I wish I'd known a little bit earlier. If you have any tips that I left out, feel free to comment below. It'll help us all learn more about the game. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching and consider subscribing. Stay tuned for another character guide coming up soon, and I will see you all in the next one.